Now we're getting this Japanese maple started to get it in the thing. That's the second pot for this particular tree.
Yeah, I got it.
Ron Lang made the pot and Mother Nature decided to break the first one.
Wind blew it off?
Blew it down, and as luck would have it, it hit a stone and did a job on it, so I don't take chances anymore.
With these pots being ceramic, do you have to worry at all
I'm gonna get in here.
Go ahead. Move this out of you.
I got it.
Okay. Yes, a good pot should withstand the winter, the freeze thaw. If it's well fired, it should come through the winter okay.
Not yet. I'm pulling this one through.
But this is why the pots are quite expensive, because a good one takes a lot of effort to work.
All right.
And several of your pots are from Sarah Rayner. Internet folks, if you're interested in possibly learning more about bonsai pots,
too high or good? Or?
That's good.
Place a comment below and we'll see if we can't get an interview with Sarah Rayner for Pete's Plants channel.
Okay. Fill in the sides and we're good to go. Where are your gloves?
My gloves?
Yeah.
They're at home.
I bet you they'll stay clean and dry.
I can hold up these.
Wait.
Shovel it.
Okay. Or you can dump it in that container and then.
I think this will work.
Okay, you want it everywhere?
Where's that stick that I had?
Just right that one?
Yeah, go ahead. Take that and just a little bit, not much. Make sure you don't have any big air pockets. That's the name of the game.
What happens if you have a big air pocket?
You can stand a chance of a lot of water getting collected in there and damaging your pot.
Now, it looks like that pot has a shiny glaze to it.
Yeah.
And some of these others appear not to have a glaze.
Right.
Does that play a role at all?
Who wants to answer?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, normally in bonsai, you use a glazed pot for deciduous type trees and matte pots or non-glazed pots for evergreens.
Why is that?
Well, that just looks better, more natural when you see an evergreen forest and a deciduous forest. When you look at the flower of them, it's evergreens are usually brown or beiges, and deciduous is usually various colors in the forest. So
is that to complement the foliage?
The foliage and the tree itself.
Part of bonsai is displaying the tree, is that correct?
Part of it is, the whole thing of it is displaying the tree to make it look as natural as possible and see how that it resembles something from nature. That's great. That's great. Okay,
Well, you have mulch coming up on one of the smaller branches.
that's okay. It will, Mother Nature will smooth it out.
What about feeding trees? Is that something you worry about in
No,
winter?
no. You don't want to feed them in winter.
So when do you stop and when do you start?
When the danger of frost is gone, that's when I usually start feeding the trees.
And when do you stop?
Right now, this time of year. Okay.
And today is November.
November 7th.
It's a little platform you got.
So what?
It's a narrow platform.
Yeah, well, it'll work.
Is it centered on your side?
Yeah. Is it
Okay.
on yours?
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, you guys have equal amounts of overhang.
It's quite the...
There you go.
What kind of wire are they using to tie this?
Scrap pieces of wire that I picked up here and there.
Is it copper? Or just
Yeah, it's just electrical wiring.
And it's actually sitting on a used telephone pole, is that correct?
That's correct.
Wow.
And Matt, you're just tying it off to
That's
a
good enough,
screw?
Matt.
Yep, yep.
There's the other wire right
That's
here.
when it's a staple.
Yeah, whatever. You know, being,
One right here, I think, right?
yeah, I was just pulling that down more.
So these telephone poles,
More?
do you worry
Yeah.
about them tipping over?
No, they're about 3 feet in the ground. That's good, Matt. Okay.
This one goes in the front.
Yep.
Do you worry about
No, on to the side. Well, yeah, you're right, Matt. I'm sorry.
Around the nail or this thing here?
Whatever,
Okay.
whatever.
I notice you've got wire close to the trunk. Do you worry about that damaging the tree?
Should we wrap this around?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, not right now. It's basically to keep that pot sitting up there and not being blown over. I had a big cascade many years ago, a juniper.
It's not gonna make it. Here, I have that
I
stuff.
don't think that's gonna be enough.
Here, there's a small piece right there. Just tie them together and do that. That'll work.
What about the juniper?
Yeah, I thought I had it tied down good, and we had 8 hours of very strong wind, and it blew it over and cracked the pot.
What are some of the dangers and why are you so concerned about wind?
Wind does 2 things. It'll dry a pot out very quickly, okay? It'll dry it out and it will blow your trees off of stands when you have
Let
them.
me take some of that out.
Well,
Okay. Yeah.
why do you worry about a pot being dried out?
Because when the pot dries out, the wind will, the roots will die.
Let me get a little.
That'll kill the roots on a tree very quickly. So
So they can freeze and live, but if they dry out,
dry, no, they're not gonna live.
okay?
Yeah.
Now, you don't want them sitting in water though, is that correct?
Yeah. If you can tighten it up
Tighten
some,
this one in the front.
Okay.
if you can stop it from rocking, because Mother Nature get that thing to rocking back and forth, and it will. Okay, Matt, there you go.
Yeah, these are good wives for this. They really,
Yeah.
really, they kind of wrap around themselves well.
Yeah, well, you'll have to excuse me, but at my age, I'm trying to do everything as cheap as possible. Don't worry.
How's that?
That's pretty good, Matt.
Will you end up wedging shim underneath there to
No.
try to stabilize it?
No. Let's have some fun now.
If any of you have seen other videos on these plants, there was one recently
Just a
with
minute.
this azalea.
Okay, Matt.
This is the guy.
That's the guy.
When did you take him off?
In the spring.
Okay.
Wow.
It's been a long year, huh? Oh man.
I'd say you got
Wow.
something to really
Wow.
get started
man.
with.
That's cool.
Matt did an air layer
I wasn't
Off
sure
of-
how this would turn out.
off of a big pine.
This pine right here, right?
Yep.
And that's good.
So
Wow, Pete. That's cool.
We'll take it home.
Massive. That's that's a massive air layer.
The only thing I ask is give me
that cut mark
some nice pictures. You had some when you were starting.
where this tree came from, you can see at the base, that is where the tree connected to the original.
So, 3 paragraphs, pictures,
Yeah.
and it's if you don't say anything, nobody will learn. And that's the whole name of the game.
And that,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen, is why this is Pete's Study Group. It's
Yeah.
all about education.
Yep. So, alrighty, we got that up. Let's just pull those bags of mulch out to here and out of the way. Yeah, oh, any place. That's good. We may need them and we may not.
We've gone over wind, but what about snow? What about if you get a heavy,
Snow is like a blanket. It just protects the trees.
do you have to worry about snow piling up and breaking branches?
It can happen. It has happened to me many years ago. We had a big snowstorm. Snow was up on top of the garage, and then at one point it slid down and right on a tree that I had up close to the garage and broke some stuff. Okay, just set the ball cypress down right near the base of this. There you go. My God.
So with this being an upright,
There you go. Yeah.
concerned about putting it in another pot. you're
Matt,
just-
pull it in a little bit because we want to keep
I gotcha.
getting
You want it
by.
right here?
Yeah, that'll work too.
This one, since the pot is not deep, you can just set it on the ground, is that right?
Yeah, that'll work. Anything, okay, that's good. Now, yeah, that's coming in too.
They called the election.
Oh yeah?
And,
Yeah.
oh, they've called?